Well, welcome back to my channel, Mary Bourne ND, Gardening with Granny. And if you were with me at the end of June, I had a video where I talked about what you could plant, even here in Michigan, in the month of June. And I also mentioned that what you need to know is your first frost date. And on your seed packets, you need to know how much time does it take to germinate, plus how much time does it take to mature. Not all seed packets give you that information, but MiGardener does. And I am not affiliated with MiGardener, but I think Luke is a wonderful person. I love his family. And I think that I really like to promote his business, like his practices. He's his seeds are very good. I get good germination from them. And so anyway, I like it. So when you were here, if you were here, I'll link that video in the description below if you missed it. I started some vanilla ice sunflower seeds. Now, this is botanical interest. Botanical interest does not tell you days to maturity. I don't know why, but anyway, it tells you that how deep to plant it, days to emerge, how to thin, not days to maturity. Wake up, botanical interest. So anyway, we just finished the July 4th holiday. So we're into the July calendar. And we still, in Michigan, have 100 days of growing time. So there's a lot of plants that we can put in the ground and expect to get some kind of harvest from them. So after I did the video, I went online to MiGardener.com and I ordered my seeds because I mentioned at that time there was a 25% discount sale. And I wanted you guys to hop on it. I don't know if that sale's still on. Also, even at that time, there were a few things that were not available that you could put your name on the wait list, so to speak. So here's I'm going to bring you down so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. But here's my seed harvest, or not harvest, my seed haul that from things that I ordered. Some of these things are for next year. So I thought this was cute, this champagne bubbles. I've heard a lot about it. I like a variety of cherry tomatoes, and so I got a packet of that. This carbon tomato looked pretty good. I liked the description of it. It's one of the most prolific of the tomatoes, and it's a good size, not giant size, so it shouldn't take forever to develop. I also like yellow tomatoes, and I thought I would try this one. This is an indeterminate, and Azjoika, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But anyways, I think that will be another fun one for next year. For this year, I wanted spinach. I like to grow spinach into the fall because then it doesn't bolt as quickly as if you start it in the spring. I do not have good luck with spinach in the spring. I also got some lettuce. I love growing lettuce. I usually will plant some every 10 days or so. This is a new dwarf one, which I thought would go really well in my green stock. I can keep my green stalks going until November. I have a frost protectant that I zipper on and off and can harvest throughout the fall, even when it gets nippy. This pepper is for next year. I think that that's going to be a fun one to grow. I also like to grow onions. Now, this is for the bulb variety, but I grow them as green onions. And then, of course, this case, I like the red onions. I think they look really festive in salads and that. I didn't get a chance to grow leeks this year, so this is for next year to make sure I have a package of leeks to grow. It's still time to plant some cucumbers, some kind of critter, we're not sure, maybe bunny, maybe groundhog ate up all my cucumber plants. So I got 2 varieties of cucumbers, and I'm hoping that I can still have a harvest. It only takes 60 days to maturity and 10 days to germinate. So I have plenty of time according to my chart for cucumbers. I also didn't have Utah tall celery to grow this year. I love growing celery, so this is for next year. Some self-blanching cauliflower. I'm going to try to grow cauliflower this fall because I can't grow cauliflower during the heat. If I start it in spring, the cabbage moths decimate it, though they're full of worms. So I'm going to try my luck at growing cauliflower in the fall. And this one is what's called self-blanching. So in other words, the leaves form around the head and keep it white. It takes 10 days for the seeds to emerge and 80 days for maturity. So considering the fact I have about 101 days, I'm getting that right in the garden after we speak. I also want some basil for this year. I love growing basil. I like drying it and then making salt with the freeze-dried basil. I add freeze-dried basil and my garlic chives and make a really beautiful all-purpose salt. So there's still plenty of time for that, and that also will go in my green stock. I've heard so much about this variety, and last time when I tried to get it, they were sold out. So I bought this jade bean for next year. Holy basil is a beautiful basil for tea. It has a lot of health benefits, and so I'm looking forward to that one. Also, kale. There's 150 seeds of mixed kale. I like baby kale in my salads and also in smoothie. If it gets really big, I like to freeze dry it. And this takes 10 days to germinate and 60 days to mature. So I have plenty of time for kale, and that'll be fun. So when I started, when I ended last month's video, I started this vanilla ice, and it is mature. But like I said, botanical interest doesn't tell you, it germinated rather, and then it doesn't tell you maturity. So keep posted and I'll let you know if I have any luck with growing the vanilla ice sunflower. Also, as a gift, they put in a sample packet of trifecta, which is my favorite fertilizer that you get from MiGardener. It is a 5-10-4, so it's a very good multi-purpose fertilizer. And if you've been following along also, you know that I like to seed save, and they gave me a packet that I can label and seal for next year of some of the seeds that I've saved. So I have hoped you like this little update. Let me know if you started any seeds for the fall and how it's going, if it's matured. Remember, we still have lots of growing days in this month. It's been hot across the country, and in a lot of places it's been dry, but we've been lucky here in Michigan to get some rains here and there. In fact, I just went out to pick some of these lovely flowers. I got to show you. This is my bee balm, and this is the first time I've got hydrangea. This is a little quickfire, and it's starting to turn pink. I'm very pleased with it. Also, like I said, in arrangements, the hosta blooms look really pretty. So it makes a nice arrangement anyway. And it was humid when I went out there. We had a rain yesterday and it cooled off a little bit. I think it's maybe high 60s, close to 70, but the humidity's got to be close to 90. So it was hot and humid. Thank God for air conditioning, but you got to get out there and tend to your gardens because they are growing like crazy. So I'll see you in the next video where I am doing more gardening. I also have a video that I show you how I make worm casting tea, and I hope you'll enjoy that video. So subscribe, leave a comment, and thanks for visiting me today.